views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success. Many people who shift out of limiting beliefs roar with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The truth is funny. Shift happens. Feel instant relief. Stay tuned for more fun and release struggle and suffering. And now, here's your host, Colette Stefan.
Good morning. This is Colette Marie Stefan. Welcome to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay tuned for the next hour. Experience the instant relief of using your intuition to solve life's most challenging problems. Shift happens every Wednesday at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Time, live on the airwaves and in the archives at thetruthisfunny.com, transformationtalkradio.com, and transformationradio.fm. And the energetic shifts are still accessible through what I call Yourself Network, if you're listening. It is my pleasure to share life-transforming information and provide you with an opportunity to call in and delete energetic weaknesses to shift challenges into possibilities. Feel free to call in 1-800-930-2819. I have a special guest on my show today, Sharon Carne, who has felt the love of music for most of her life. After falling in love with the classical guitar in her teens and having earned her Bachelor of Music and Master of Fine Arts degrees, Sharon joined the faculty of the Conservatory at Mount Royal University in 1988. Sharon's intense curiosity about the deeper healing nature of sound was sparked by some innocent exercises of stage fright with some nervous students in the early 1990s. This led to intense personal research and ultimately for her to study with Jonathan Goldman and Tom Kenyon. Sharon, I love Tom Kenyon. Sharon is a certified sound healer, a certified Reiki master, and an acutonics practitioner. Sharon is the founder of the Sound Wellness Program, author of Listen from Inside Out, and has produced 8 CDs and a series of DVDs. Are you there, Sharon?
Good morning. I am here, Colette. Thank you.
Thank you. It's such a pleasure to connect with you today. You're one of Gail Stamp, one of my cohorts. She is putting on the New Earth Expo. And I hear you're going to be there, are you?
Yes, I'm so excited. I've known Gail for a long time, and her expo is just spectacular.
Yeah, and so that I just wanted to let everybody know about the New Earth Expo. It's a complete body, mind, spirit connection, and it brings you the very best of eco-friendly, holistic, alternative medicine and spiritual lifestyles. And I've been interviewing a few people that are going to be out at the New Earth Expo. And I've really enjoyed the people that Gail brings to me. It's just so, and you and I were talking this morning, already we wanted to get acquainted before the show here. And, I generally choose a dragon card at the beginning of the show, and it was funny. So I want to tell them what happened.
Oh, well, thank you. I would love to do that because before you called me this morning, Colette, I'm usually drawn to bring something to be kind of hold the energy for an interview. And my diamond rose quartz singing bowl that I nicknamed Sir was adamant. Absolutely adamant that he be sitting on the desk right beside me as we do and share this information and do this interview. I'm just so excited.
Me too. And it's funny because, of course, as soon as you mentioned Sir, I thought about To Sir with Love, and I could feel all this beautiful masculine energy what we would call the divine masculine is what I'm getting. And Ange said, I'm your card for today. Ange was the first dragon to appear to me and in the Tales from the Vector deck. And she she's got about 86 different crystals embedded. Her spine is crystals, and she holds the pearl of wisdom in her claws, and she has a Lemurian seed quartz crystal at the end of her tail, and she's sitting on a generator. And she told me when she first approached that she was the first of 64 cards, which I now know it's because of the 64 tetrahedron grid, the flower of life. And she laid all the eggs around the earth. She's from the Patagonia Mountains in Brazil. And she laid all the eggs around the earth. And those eggs became the crystal veins as we know them today. And so she really likes your bowl.
And Sir is very excited to meet Ange. What an honor.
So you and I talked about it, and we already have callers, but we'll wait until after the first break before we take the calls. I want everybody just, we didn't decide. Jay and Sir decided that, he needs to be heard right now. And this is something that, I'm just going to put in your hands now and talk a little bit about, this, and then we'd love to hear your singing bowl.
Okay. Do you want to hear him right now?
Well, whatever you feel is best. You know what you're doing.
He's ready to go. So,
all
okay.
right. So what I would suggest for everybody is Sharon is going to share this. And so, just put some energy into your spine. Your spine's a hard drive of your biocomputer, and feel your heart and take a nice deep breath. And, we're ready, Sharon, when you are.
Oh, perfect preparation. Thank you. Here's Sir.
Ooh. Wow. So what's happening? I can tell you what's happening within me right now. Is I'm feeling all this warmth and a beautiful, beautiful energy in the heart, and just like resonance of calmness. Is that typical of what people feel?
Everyone is a little different, actually, in how they experience Sir's voice. And because he can stir things up in your soul connection. I nickname him the kick in the soul purpose bowl. Right? Because
I love that. What's that? The kick in the soul
kick
purpose
in
bowl?
the soul purpose bowl.
That's kind of like my dad. He used to say, he was an entrepreneur. And it would bug him if people didn't get their butts moving. And he'd say, shift or get off the pot, something like that.
Exactly. Sir has that kind of, let's do this divine masculine energy that I just love. But it has that warmth and heart.
It's really very beautiful sound. And can you explain to us why? I mean, I just felt almost like weeping with joy when I hear that sound. Why is that? Explain to people. I'm using myself as a reference point.
Well, for you, Colette, probably I'm sensing that the warmth and the love you're feeling is that you're on purpose. Sir's going, you go, girl.
To serve with love.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is something that there's a lot. Like I always like to check out my guests, and see what they're up to, and so we can a good exchange. And and we're at the first break here, so we're gonna have to take a quick break, and then we'll gather these calls from the other people. You're listening to The Truth is Funny on Transformation Talk Radio with Colette Marie Stefan and my guest, Sharon Carne. When we return, we will continue telling about sound healing, and maybe we'll get to hear from Sir again. 1-800-930-2819. Let's make some shift happen.
What if your body and mind were the compasses to the secrets, mysteries, and magic of life? Glenna Rice, co-host of The Questionable Parent, is inviting you to access all that is possible. Glenna is a 10-year certified veteran access consciousness facilitator who offers an amazing variety of life-changing classes and workshops. Work with Glenna from anywhere, with teleclasses and workshops all over the globe. To learn more and see Glenna's current schedule of events, classes, and workshops, visit glennarice.com.
What is a brilliant culture, and how do we create them? Why are they important? Claudette Rowley has created a breakthrough 5-step process to help you align your culture with your business strategy for exceptional results. Looking for a culture that drives organizational excellence? Listen to Cultural Brilliance Radio, the second and fourth Friday of each month at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio. To learn more or work with Claudette, visit culturalbrilliance.com.
Wow. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. This is Talk Radio to Thrive By. I'm telling you, I got to pinch myself some days, because when each of us gets called to do something that we so not thought was in our wheelhouse to do for a purpose that's so much greater than us, we get to show up and shine.
If you would like to show up and shine on the Dr. Pat Show as a co-host or sponsor, send us an email to inspire@thedrpatshow.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit thetruthisfunny.com.
Thrive is what we experience when our mind, body, and soul operate as one. When we thrive, we excel on all levels. Thrive is the mindset that matters. It is essential to our being. Have you ever found yourself looking for the instruction manual on how to thrive? You'll find everything you need to help you feel strong, powerful, and peaceful in your own body. So don't waste any more time. Visit thrivebyjen.com today.
Gifted intuitive healer and spiritual teacher Sarah Luce brings her unique style to the hit show Small Steps, Big Breakthrough Radio on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Tune in each month as Sarah turns reality on end and shows us how to experience expansive results with simple yet powerful steps. Expect an enlightening bend on what you currently believe is possible. For show details and upcoming topics, visit sarahluce.com. That's SARALOOS.com.
1230 WBLQ.
We're back on The Truth is Funny with Colette Marie Stefan and my guest today, Sharon Carne. And Sharon, just before we continue, I just would like you to share your contact information with everybody.
Oh, thank you so much, Colette. If anyone is curious about learning a little more about sound and how it can help you heal, then go to soundwellness.com. And if you're interested in joining our email list, then you receive a gift of a 60-minute CD called Woodland Song. And I created this a few years ago when I learned that 2 of the healthiest sounds that there are for the human being are woodland birds or just birdsong and gently bubbling water. So that's 60 minutes of pure So you're welcome to join our email list and receive that as your gift.
It's I telling you before, like here to Kelowna, I ended up on a property that has a spring that goes into the Okanagan, which is one of the deepest lakes in the world, and it's the sound of the water running, and like you say, the birds. Since I've moved here, I took your stress test. Let's talk about your stress test, and then we're going to take some of these callers. But I just would like, because we want to talk about like what is the problem, that the number one out there, and what is that? What causes that?
That's a big question, Colette, and thank you for asking that, because there's some interesting statistics. Sound Wellness was actually born from a phone call that came from out of the blue for me, and asking to create a program in a study on stress at Mount Royal University. So some of the statistics that are out there as far as stress and the problems it's causing are enormous. For example, the World Health Organization has called stress the epidemic of the 21st century. And 80 to 90% of all doctors' visits, at least in the last 10 years, been rooted in conditions caused by stress, but only 3% of those people made the appointment because they were concerned about stress. So there's a lot of disconnection going on, that all my physical problems here are being rooted in the stress response of the body. So we need to become more educated about this. And that's the whole reason we put the stress test up on our site. When you scroll down to the bottom, there's some link there. And it's all about discovering where you're at. So and at least get a benchmark in that moment, because our stress levels are up and down all the time, and do something to bring them down, because it's causing a lot of health problems that we're not connecting. The stress is connecting. We're not connecting that stress is keeping me up all night, or it's causing digestive upset and just innumerable problems.
Absolutely. And, I talk about this, and I was saying to you, I took your stress test, and down, I was in the very low end. It was green, and but when I tested energetically your stress test, the reason my results were lower is because I already know that it never is what people think it is.
Yeah.
So, and I do like getting baselines, and it's good. But I was, from what I felt, the most helpful question on your questionnaire there for stress was actually, is it increasing or decreasing, or is it the same? Because that tells a lot about how you're dealing with stress, right?
In our results, we have found that it's 80% of the people who take our stress test that their stress is increasing. That's high.
Well, I talk about this a lot. There's a lot of information out there right now. A lot.
Yeah.
We have access to information like we've never had before. And so, actually, that's not true, but in the history as we know it, okay? And so a lot of the information equals energy. And when you consider that, like 100 years ago, maybe 5% of the population was literate, and now it's more around 85 to 90% of the world population is literate.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of information, and a lot of that information is inaccurate information. And a lot of the reason why people energetically, the weakness that will come up is that they have a bunch of information. The vast is actually inaccurate, and it's sorting through all the information that causes a lot more anxiety for people, and that's what we refer to as stress. And so, what I'd like to do now is take the first caller, because I know Brian, they've been patiently waiting here, and then we'll talk about this more. Because it's something that I just love that you're putting this out there, Sharon, to people. Brian, do we have our first caller?
Yes, indeed we do. It's Joanna from England. Welcome. What can Sharon and Colette do for you?
Hello.
Hi, Joanna. Hi.
Hi. Hi,
Sharon
Colette and Sharon.
Joanna has called into the show before.
Hi, Joanna.
Yes,
She's figured it out.
Yes, hi.
She's working on improving her situation, and she's smart. So what can we do for you
I'll be
today?
calling every week. I just want to say, Sharon, I just went to your site during the break, and I signed up for your newsletter. So thank you very much. I'll be listening to your audio later on.
Excellent. Thanks, Joanna. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Yes, I just want to say one thing, that I love water. I've always loved water, and I could, I could have a shower, or I could stand in the water, been in the water. I think it suits me. I don't know when it comes from, but it's like I love the water and birds singing. So I do love those sounds. So I'm looking forward to listening to the audio and having it in the background.
I just wanted to ask you, Sharon, why is it that we're so drawn to those sounds?
We evolved with these sounds. That's an awesome question, Colette. And we evolved with these sounds. Water is necessary for our survival. So when we have water sounds, and also when we have water sounds near us, there's a lot of low frequencies in water sounds. And low frequencies tend to help discharge excess emotional energy from the nervous system, which is wonderful. And then bird song does a couple of things, because as we evolved as hunters in the forest, whenever the birds stopped singing, then it was a signal for danger is near. So birds singing makes us feel safe. And this is how we're programmed. We evolved this way. So it's in your DNA, all of these responses. And
I love this. I've never heard it put that way about the birds singing. That makes so much sense.
Absolutely. And another cool thing that the CD does with the bird song, I found for me especially too, is that high sounds do the opposite of the low sounds. The low sounds of the water keeps your body relaxed because it's helping to discharge some of that stressful emotional energy. And the high sounds and the unpredictable sounds of the bird song keeps the mind alert, because the mind is always looking for patterns, and it can never find patterns in bird song. So
I love that.
Always alert. And high sounds will charge your nervous system. So I use woodland song a lot when I'm writing, because it keeps me relaxed and it keeps me more focused. And it's so simple.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out, because a lot of people, when I talk about relaxed, I don't use that word. The tension in your body is important, because that's what keeps your organs moving and in place and totally in alignment with each other. So the word relaxed to me is more like meaning for me that everything's functioning at a homeostasis. Where the whole body is just able to just do its thing, because the mind is busy doing something else, trying to find a pattern in bird songs that it'll never find.
I love that. I love that.
I love that. I love it. I love it. And so, Joanna, we're going to have to go to a break right away. So I just wanted to ask, what can we do for you today?
Yes, I wanted to say, because you were always saying, to take an inspired action towards things. And, I feel like, I would, because the thing is for me at the moment is financial things, they're coming up. And I'm still like, there's a lot of ideas in my head. There are a lot of things that I would like, I think I should do to go out and get a job. But this is not something that I actually I want to do. It's like I need money, but I don't want to work.
On a scale, because we're going to have to go to a break right away.
Yes.
On a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the worst, where are you when you think about that? How much is it bothering you?
Around 4. Around
4? Okay, so when we come back from the break, we're going to address this, and we're going to see where you're at when we get back. And I think right, and maybe we'll listen to Sir again and see what that does. I am Colette Marie Stefan, and you're listening to The Truth is Funny. You can connect with me at thetruthисfunny.com and also at talesfromthevector.com. I do have my paintings up for sale now. However, we've had we're just working on making it a simpler purchase. And if you're looking at any of the paintings and want to know about them, you can contact me at info@thetruthисfunny.com or info@tales, TAI, from thevector.com. We also, you can find me on social media, Facebook, etc., and at The Truth is Funny with Colette. We'll be right back to take your calls, 1-800-028. Let's shift your life to better.
And right now, let us go to Chris DiPaolo, who's standing by at your number one buying destination, Central Auto Group in Plainfield, Connecticut. Chris, what do you got to tell us?
Thank you very much, Brian Sullivan, and thank you to Colette Stefan, where the truth is funny. Well, here the truth is accurate at centralautogroupct.com, where the truth is that you will get a minimum $4,000 guaranteed on your trade, no matter what kind of condition it's in. Just get it over here to centralautogroupct.com. It doesn't even have to run, but this deal ends on Friday, June 30th. That's 2 days from today. You have the rest of today, you have tomorrow, and you have Friday. We have some really, really, really nice people here from all over, and I assume these folks, are you from southeastern Connecticut? I'm guessing southeastern Connecticut. Well, we have people from all over the entire area here at centralautogroupct.com. I know from southern Rhode Island as well, right nearby where we are, Westerly and Stonington. It's always nice to see all over Westerly and the Stonington area where the radio station is, all of the Central Auto Group emblems on the back of vehicles, and that's because people enjoy the experience here at centralautogroupct.com. So come on up. It's a beautiful sunny day, perfect day for a test drive. Everybody's got a smile on their face. There's no pressure. It's a nice, relaxed, friendly atmosphere, and you feel like part of the family. This is the place. CentralAutoGroupCT.com. Ford, Mazda, Hyundai, Volkswagen, pre-owned, and in addition to getting a minimum guaranteed $4,000 on your trade, if you have the most outrageous clunker and you get it over here to CentralAutoGroupCT.com, they're going to take a picture of it. You could possibly win a 5-day luxury cruise for 2. They're going to put it on the website, and one of the people who votes on that clunker is also going to win a 5-day luxury cruise. And all you got to do is go to the website to vote, centralautogroupct.com, and perhaps you'll win if your clunker makes it to the number 1 spot as far as the most outrageous. Just get it over here before Friday. That's how you win the contest. But everybody, no matter what kind of trade it is getting a minimum $4,000. If the car that you're looking at is $20,000, that means the price will be $16,000 after the trade. They're not marking them up. There's no gimmicks, none of that stuff. It's all real, and the reviews online are unbelievably good, and they can't believe it. There's a lot of people surprised. Wow, how do they do that at CentralAutoGroupCT.com? Well, Central is the innovator, they're the leader, and they always have the best promotions, and they have the best prices still, even after this crazy deal that I'm talking about. They'll still pay you $2,000 if they can't beat a deal from another dealership. Central Auto Group. It's exciting here. Stereo 1230 WBLQ on location.
Harvey 1, I'm Mark Rosenthal. Here's your Stereo 1230 WBLQ Southern Rhode Island and Eastern Connecticut weather forecast.
On this Wednesday, partly sunny and pleasant today. Hit the beaches. It'll be at least 80 southwest winds. Overnight, mainly clear, lows about 62. And tomorrow, partly sunny and warm, 77 to 84. And on Friday, partly sunny, hot and buggy. It'll be 78 to 88. It could be a late day shower, thunderstorm around. From the WBLQ at the center, I'm Mark Rosenthal.
1230 WBLQ.
This is Colette Marie Stefan. You're listening to The Truth is Funny. I have Sharon Carne on the show today, and I also have a caller, Joanna from England. And I just wanted to say, speaking of keeping the mind busy, I have such awesome news to share. I have been working on a project for about 11 years now, and I've decided to bring out my new seminars, Call to Dance, which I will be having free demos on Friday, September 22nd, and then the following Friday on September 29th from 7 to 9 at the Holiday Inn Express in Kelowna here. And then I'll be having a Layer 1 seminar the 23rd and 24th, and my first Layer 2 on the 29th or the 30th and October 1st. But what's really, really exciting is this project that I've been working on is my manuals for this course, and I've decided to share those on my website. They're available for purchase now, and you're going to love this, Sharon. It's a coloring book.
How spectacular.
Because I always found when I first started teaching these energy seminars, I would bring Buzz Lightyear crayons to infinity and beyond, and for people to take notes with, because it keeps that childish innocence. Helps people, empowers people to really shift energy. As we said, we were talking just before the break, and I just love how you explain that the brain, the mind is actually busy looking for patterns in bird songs, which it won't find, while your body is returning to homeostasis, because everything is falling into place in your body in a beautiful way. You're in a state of perfect harmony is what I'm getting. Mm-hmm. And so, we have Joanna, and she was only at about a 4 about moving forward in life and, and where she's at. And what I would love for you to do, if it's okay with Sir, is could we hear from him again? Because I feel like that would, and let's see if that just right there is going to shift her, and we'll see what number she's at.
That would be awesome. I'll bring him over. And one of the things that I use Sir for, Joanna, is for clarity, because that's diamond energy. And diamond energy is also soul. And this is something, Colette, you and I were talking about a bit before the radio show, is that we are all suffering from information overload. And I'm sensing a bit of that with what Joanna was sharing. And allow Sir sound to kind of cut through. Diamond can cut through anything, cut through any confusion to bring you clarity about your next step. Now, the next step may just be a temporary step that will bring you towards what you're really here for, which is okay. You can know it's a temporary step and I need to do that. But allow Sir sound to bring you clarity. So here's the sound.
Wow, that's beautiful. And, I
Thank you.
Of course, Ange, she has all her claws are diamonds. She wants everybody to know that.
No, I didn't know that. That's so cool.
So, Joanna, Brian, do we have Joanna here? We're going to check in with her again.
Yes, we do. Joanna, are you back with us?
Thank you. Yes. Hello.
So, Joanna, did you hear Sir?
Yes.
And
yes, I did.
And what did you experience?
Oh, I have to say that the first time I heard the sound at the beginning of the radio show, I felt like crying. But now this time I felt it felt really good and uplifting.
Does uplift and good have a number?
Oh, I think it's
How are you?
I think it feels like 0. It's like the 0 comes to me. I just without too much thinking.
Yeah, zero.
Like a 0.
What's coming up is it feels like that sound collapses the wave. And I talk about this, the extreme worst thing that could possibly happen, the extreme best thing that could possibly happen, and everything in between. I love that, Sharon. You were saying, like we've got Joanna down to neutral now, which I love to do.
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
And with the ease of that, and you were saying, just explain to us what you feel has happened there for her, that she was crying and this time she felt a little bit more like, wow, it just feels like neutral. It feels beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. One of the things I've experienced from working with a lot of people with SIR is that initial response is the connection to soul. It's that permanent connection you have inside of you that we forget about. And it's like meeting that long lost friend that is there forever, that touches your heart at such a deep level. That's your soul. And then another thing SIR does with creating clarity is that, and I love what you say about the wave, Colette, because he works in the field a lot, because our thoughts go out into our field and they create a big jumble of energy, and we have no idea which thoughts to choose. So SIR clears all of that so that the soul's voice and the soul's choices can be there and be easier for you to hear. It's a quiet voice, so you have to listen for it a little harder than all the noise from the ego mind.
I love that. And I want to thank you, Joanna, for calling in. We have another caller that's been patiently waiting, and I like to make sure we look after our callers. So
thank you.
Thank you, Joanna. Joanna, I would love if you would contact me at info@thetruthisfunny.com, please, because I have something I'd like to talk to you about. And also, I just wanted to say, what you're talking about here, Sharon, is so deep and so profound. On such it's what I experienced when I studied with Nassim Haramein at the Resonance Project Foundation. There was so much information, and you had a lot of physicists, and you had a lot of very intelligent people. And you and I laughed because your husband's an engineer.
Yep,
and
I know that mind.
I have worked with a lot of engineers, and most of my relationships with men have been engineers. I've had chemical, mechanical, structural, electrical. Shouldn't give it all away like that, but it's kind of like engineers have a different way of thinking, and they're about structure and foundation a lot of the time. They understand this, and so I feel like the word came to me with SIR. When you first said it, it's I was joking with you. This To Sir with Love. It was one of my favorite movies. But that energy comes in very strong. But it also, the word that came to me is serenity. Serenity.
Ah, how beautiful. Thank you, Colette.
Yeah, it reminds me of my first crystal that ever spoke to me, which kind of freaks you out at first. The crystal talks to you. And I had to take her home. And she was Lepidolite, or still is Lepidolite. She's still here. And she told me her name was Flower. And I said, Flower, really? And then she's, no, silly, flower. Yeah, with the flow.
How perfect.
And that's what Ange talks about, about being in the flow and that beautiful sound that it's just a very clean, very clear message from Rose Quartz I'm getting right from the heart.
Mm-hmm.
It has that beautiful, that softening, it's like you can feel that this bowl means business.
Oh, does it ever? Yeah.
And having said that, this bowl prefers to be gentle.
Yes, he does.
But I'm getting, if you need a kick in the pants for your purpose.
He will do that.
There you go. So Joanna, thank you. And we're, Brian, before we go to this next break, can we get Trisha on?
Yes, we can. It's Trisha from Canada. Welcome to the program. What can we do for you today?
Hello.
Hi, Trisha. We have to go to a break right quick here. So if you let us know what you would like us to work on, we can do that a bit through the break.
Okay, I would like some help with digestive issues and headaches and eyes.
Okay, so the few things coming up right away, but what I want to do before we go to the break is get a baseline from you from 0 to 10.
Between 7 and 8.
Where are you at?
Between a 7 and an 8.
Okay. So we're going to let you sit with that. And Sharon, I'll work on this through the break here. And when we come back, we'll readdress it and see where you're at. This is Colette Marie Stefan. You're listening to The Truth is Funny. I have Sharon Carne on the show with me. She's going to be at the New Earth Expo in Calgary, Alberta, September 29th to October 1st at Stampede Park, Big 4 building, Hall B. And then there's also another New Earth Expo this year on October 13th to 15th at Westerner Park at 4847A 19th Street. And that is in Red Deer, Alberta. And thank you, Gail Stamp, for all your good work. We'll be right back after this short break.
Did you know that all of the shows on the Transformation Radio Network are available as podcasts to stream or download?
Really?
Check us out. Go to transformationradio.fm. We have business shows, spiritual shows, energy healing shows, and pretty much everything in between. Something for everyone, guaranteed to inspire, educate, and transform. We are transforming the world, one listener at a time.
Awareness is universal. Establishing a living awareness through meditation brings peaceful, healthy, and creative well-being into your everyday life. The practice of living awareness, Spirit Fire's own meditation practice, is built on this belief and is designed for every level of practitioner. Each year, Spirit Fire hosts living awareness meditation retreats that allow you to explore the practice in depth at our retreat center in beautiful Western Massachusetts. Introduce yourself to meditation and the practice at the Foundation's retreat. Attend, in silence, a silent meditation retreat focused on mindfulness, presence, and nature, or be engaged with the meditation sittings themselves at the Deepening Retreat. Start adding to your awareness and attend a meditation retreat designed to cultivate consciousness in your everyday life. For details on attending a Living Awareness meditation retreat, visit upcoming events at www.spiritfire.com.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This hit show will have you thinking outside the box and riding the wave of infinite potential. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. Visit TheTruthIsFunny.com.
Tune in to the hit show Mouthing Off with Chef Rossi. Chef Rossi mouths off about different subjects in pursuit of breaking down walls and opening up your minds. She and Dr. Pat banter back and forth, taking from the headlines of the day on subjects that reach beyond what goes on in the world into your hearts. And go to theragingskillet.com to find out more and let Chef Rossi know what's on your mind. Get ready to experience Truth Talk Radio with host Deb Acker. Tune in to Truth Talk Radio each Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com to illuminate the truth in your daily life as you experience life, love, and abundance from a whole new perspective. This hit show will leave you feeling lighter and bring you into a place of infinite possibilities every day in every way. Visit TruthTalkRadioshow.com for upcoming transformative topics and guests.
1230 WBLQ.
This is Colette Marie Stefan. You're listening to The Truth is Funny. I have Sharon Carne on the show with me, and we have Tricia waiting on the phone here. Just wanted to say that the people were inquiring the next Float Your Boat call. It's a teleshifting call. You can look that up on my website. We'll be on July 20th. That's the third Thursday of every month. And the Holistic Fair, Holistic Fair and Psychic, or the Holistic Market and Psychic Fair, excuse me. We don't have that in Kelowna for the next 2 months because we like to go to the beach. And so we will be back in September, and I will be doing dragon card readings back in September when the Holistic and Psychic Fair at the Laurel Packard building starts again. So I just wanted to check in now with you, Sharon, first, and I wanted you to tell us what you feel came up for you when Tricia expressed how she's feeling right now.
Thank you, Colette. And Tricia, if you have a pencil handy, grab it, or you can come back to the recording. I have 3 things I wanted to share with you that I believe will help. The first thing is to get a benchmark on your stress levels. So your physical symptoms are definitely related to stress. So we need to lower the stress levels. And if you go to soundwellness.com and scroll to the bottom, there's a stress test there that will give you a benchmark to where you're at. And you can take that as many times as you want to kind of get how it changes throughout the day, the week, the month. And the second part of that is, if you're sign up for our email list and download the 60-minute Woodland song. Though this is a 60-minute recording of 2 of the healthiest sounds that there are for the human being that will help lower your stress levels. And you don't need to stay on our email list. If you find it's not supportive to you, then just use the safe unsubscribe. But I really feel that Woodland song gift and download would be helpful to you. And the second thing is you can use the magic of your own voice. Your own body has its own sounds that are natural sounds that come from the body that helps it heal itself. One of the sounds that helps to reduce stress enormously is a sigh. We do that when we're feeling frustrated. Now, if you do a vocalized sigh, you can increase the release of endorphins that helps the body heal and manage pain. These natural sounds release endorphins. Now, the vocalized sigh sounds like this. So give yourself the gift of the magic of your own voice to reduce stress with a vocalized sigh. It's amazing for really helping to lower those stress levels. And the third thing was Sir wants to create a little bit of clarity because stress is just messiness. And the diamond energy of Sir can help create clarity. So I'd like to tap Sir a few times. He says a little bit is all you need. And so here is Sir's sound.
Wow, serenity.
Serenity. I love that.
I would like to check in with you now, Tricia, and just see where are you at? How do you feel?
At a 3. I'm at a 3.
At a 3? Good. Good. Okay. And what did you experience?
Definitely, I could feel when I heard Sir, my anxiety level come down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And so the other part that I'm getting, like Sharon was saying, is to use your own voice. And, how do you feel about singing? Do you sing?
Not well.
It doesn't matter, Tricia. It doesn't matter. Colette, this is brilliant.
See, because I'm getting that's your number one weakness is using your voice. And, I can speak quite a bit about this because, I was bullied in school and I was terrified to speak in public took a lot of correcting. When I first started going out, and the only reason why I even put myself through that was because I had something very important to say finally. This information, I'm finding so many ways to share it. And, as I said, like I love writing books. And I love and I love the fact that my manual is a coloring book, and it's like my first manual is like about 85 pages of information of why the universe goes to perfect order and how we can have perfect order. And when we feel that, like I love what you said, Sharon, about the decluttering, the messiness. Mm-hmm. This is really like when we have this clarity and we cut through all these little stories we're telling ourselves, it opens us up to just feeling. And I'm getting, if you use your voice to sing more, what do you think, Sharon?
Oh, anything, sing in the shower, or even just do the vocalized ah. That's a great start. And it's so simple. And the voice is so, so powerful.
Can you do that for us one more time so she has a really good feeling? Like, what do you do to like? Can you explain to us, like, because you're very clear with your voice.
I use a very long, slow sigh, and the long, slow sigh really is much more effective rather than the ha. So it's ah, and I drop it to as low as my voice will go.
I love this. We've run out of time, of course, so we just want to check in with you, Tricia, one more time here. How are you feeling?
I'm probably at about a 1.5.
Yeah, and we're just going to strengthen your perception around this. And I want to thank you for calling in. That was awesome. Like I've really enjoyed this show, Sharon. We have about a minute left. Is there any last bit of advice you'd like to leave with us?
I would like to say, become intimately aware of the sound around you, because it affects you so deeply, and it can be either clarifying sound like birdsong and water, or it can be sound that increases the clutter.
Beautifully said, and I want to thank you for being on the show. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you to the callers for listening in. Thank you, Brian. And I just want to say, again, I'm just so excited about my coloring book. So I like, and this is like, I talk about this, the heart singing, and when you get into your purpose, and your purpose is to be the best version of yourself on this earth. And I want to thank you and Gail from the New Earth Expo for bringing all these beautiful, talented people out and giving them an opportunity to share. And also Carly from the Psychic Fair. There's a lot of people out there that have good, strong voices. So Sharon, thank you.
Thank you, Colette.
And thank you to all the listeners. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Pat from Transformation Talk Radio. We'll be back next week, Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Let's make some shift happen.
You've been listening to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan. Tune in to The Truth is Funny with Colette Stefan each Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Join Colette on the Higher Self Network as she provides energetic shifts and consistent results in every area of life, inspiring listeners to shine their brilliance and ensure success while roaring with laughter as they recognize the humor of the giant cosmic joke. The Truth is Funny. Visit thetruthisfunny.com for more information. That's thetruthisfunny.com.